Skol, Vikings Nation. What's good, fam? It's your boy, fired up as ever, because the NFL free agency storm has hit, and our Minnesota Vikings are making waves that have the league buzzing. We're 2 weeks into the new league year as of March 26, 2025, and the moves we've made? Oh, they're juicy: trades, signings, and a roster that's looking tougher than a Minnesota winter. But here's the teaser that'll hook you. Did we just set the table for a Super Bowl run? Or are we still one piece away from glory? Picture this. After getting punked in the 2024 playoffs, 9 sacks allowed against the Rams, an NFL record we'd rather forget, GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah said, "No more." He's gone all in, splashing cash and draft picks like a kid in a candy store, and the Vikings are flexing muscle in the trenches. We're talking big names, big contracts, and a clear message. We're here to bully, not be bullied. Stick with me because we're breaking down every move, every angle, and what it means for our purple pride. So, grab your horns, hit that like button already, and let's dive into the Vikings news that's got us hyped. From the offensive line to the defense, we're unpacking it all. 15 scenes of pure Skol fire. What do you think so far, fam? Are we better than last year? Or is there still work to do? Drop your takes in the comments as we roll. Alright, let's start with the big picture. Free agency has been a roller coaster across the NFL, and our Vikings? We're riding the front car, screaming Skol at the top of our lungs. The Athletic's NFL crew took a hard look at every team's roster after 2 weeks of chaos. And guess what? Minnesota's been one of the busiest, loading up like we're prepping for a long playoff haul. But there's a twist. Despite all the moves, there's still a question mark hovering over us. See, we've been trench warriors this offseason. We snagged 2 interior offensive linemen, Ryan Kelly and Will Fries, to fix a line that got shredded last year. Then we flipped the script on defense, revamping the interior D-line with Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. Oh, and we kept our stud corner Byron Murphy Jr. while adding depth with Jordan Mason and re-signing Aaron Jones Sr. It's a haul, right? But Alec Lewis from The Athletic says we might still need a left guard. Blake Brandel or Walter Rouse could step up. Or maybe we hit the draft. What do you think, Vikings Nation? Here's where it gets spicy. We're not just throwing money around for fun. This is about protecting our future. J.J. McCarthy, our QB hope, who's coming off injury but ready to lead in 2025. Every signing feels like a brick in the foundation for him. Are we building a castle or just a fancy shed? Let's keep digging. Next up, the O-line upgrades that have me pumped. Skol, fam. Let's talk about that offensive line, because if you watched that Rams playoff game, you know we got embarrassed up front. 9 sacks? That's not Vikings football, that's a wake-up call. So, Kwesi went to work, and holy purple, did he deliver. We've got Ryan Kelly at center and Will Fries at guard, both straight from the Colts, and these dudes are game changers. Ryan Kelly's a vet with a nose for protecting QBs, over 100 starts in his career and a 79.1 PFF grade in 2024. Then there's Will Fries, who posted an insane 86.9 grade last year, one of the best at his position. Together, they're turning our O-line from a weak link into a brick wall. Imagine J.J. McCarthy with time to throw to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Defenses are going to hate us, but here's the suspense. Can they gel fast enough to dominate in 2025? This isn't just about pass protection, though. Our run game stunk in 2024. Bottom 10 in yards per game, and these signings scream we're fixing that. With Aaron Jones Sr. back on a 2-year, $20 million deal and Jordan Mason traded from the 49ers, we're building a ground attack to match our aerial fireworks. What's your take, Vikings fans? Are we finally balanced, or do we need more? Now, let's flip to the other side of the ball. Our defense is getting nasty, and I'm here for it. The Vikings D-line was solid against the run last year, second fewest rush yards allowed. But pass rush? Meh, 24th in PFF's grades despite 40 sacks. Kwesi saw that and said, "Hold my beer," bringing in Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave to wreak havoc. This is Vikings news you can feel in your bones. Jonathan Allen's a beast, 3 years, $60 million, and a rep for making QB scramble. Pair him with Javon Hargrave, who's on a similar deal and brings relentless pressure, and suddenly our D-line's a nightmare. These guys combined for 12.5 sacks in 2024, and now they're wearing purple. But here's the hook. Can they stay healthy and push us past playoff pretenders like the Rams? The goal's clear: protect McCarthy on offense, terrorize QBs on defense. With Byron Murphy Jr. locked up, our secondary's got swagger too. Picture this: Allen and Hargrave collapsing the pocket while Murphy picks off a panicked throw. Are we building a top 5D here, fam? Hit the comments with your predictions. Secondary time, Vikings Nation. Our cornerback room was a question mark after 2024, but we're patching it up with some serious upside. Byron Murphy Jr.'s back, huge win. That dude's a lockdown artist with a 78.2 PFF grade last year. Then we snagged Isaiah Rodgers, and oh boy, this guy's got me hyped. 2 years, $11 million, and a story that's pure fire. Rodgers was a standout for the Eagles in their Super Bowl run, 73.2 PFF grade, 24th among corners, and a ridiculous 83.4 in run defense, 12th at his position. His 85.4 passer rating allowed in 2024? Top 40. This isn't just depth. This is a potential starter who could pair with Murphy to shut down NFC North receivers like DJ Moore or Amon-Ra St. Brown. But here's the twist. Can he stay consistent in Minnesota? We still need more bodies at CB. Alec Lewis says it's a weak spot depth-wise. With Murphy and Rodgers, we're tougher, but another injury could expose us. Should we draft a corner next month, or roll with what we've got? I need your thoughts, Skol fam. Let's debate this in the comments. Running backs. Baby, the Vikings ground game's getting a glow-up, and I'm losing my mind over it. Aaron Jones Sr.'s back. 2 years, $20 million, $13 million guaranteed. And he's still got that juice, averaging 4.8 yards per carry in 2024. Then we pulled off a slick trade with the 49ers. Jordan Mason and a 2025 6th-rounder for a 5th and a 2026 6th. This is Minnesota Vikings brilliance. Mason's a bruiser, 5.2 yards per carry last year. A perfect complement to Jones' speed. Together, they're turning our backfield into a two-headed monster that'll keep defenses guessing. After a 2024 where we couldn't run to save our lives, 93.4 yards per game, 4th best against the run but weak rushing ourselves, this feels like a statement. But will it translate to wins? Here's the suspense. Our O-line upgrades better open holes, or this talent's wasted. Imagine Jones breaking a 40-yarder or Mason bulldozing for a first down. Then McCarthy airing it out. Are we a complete offense now, Vikings fans? Tell me what you see in this backfield. Okay, let's zoom out. How do we stack up in the NFC North? The Athletics beat writers spilled the tea on our rivals, and it's juicy. The Bears loaded up Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dalman, Grady Jarrett, Deo Odeyingbo, beefing up both lines. But their linebacker and safety depth's shaky with TJ Edwards, Kevin Byard, and Tremaine Edmonds nearing contract ends. Are we ahead of them? The Lions? They've got issues. They cut Zadarius Smith and re-signed Marcus Davenport. But he's injury-prone. 6 games in 2 years. Colton Pouncey says their edge opposite Aiden Hutchinson is a glaring hole for a Super Bowl hopeful. Meanwhile, our D-line's stacked. Allen, Hargrave, and more. Are we the division's trench kings now? Then there's Green Bay. Jaire Alexander's likely gone in 2025, and their CB depth's thin after losing Eric Stokes and others. They grabbed Nate Hobbs, but Matt Schneidman says corner's a draft priority. Our secondary's looking stronger with Murphy and Rodgers. What's your take, fam? Are we the NFC North's alpha? PFF's chiming in, Vikings Nation, and they're singing our praises. Thomas Valentine says we got better in free agency. Dude, we're the only team with an A+ grade. They love our O-line haul, Kelly and Fry's fixing a real area of need. And the D-line revamp with Allen and Hargrave. The running back ads. Chef's kiss. This is Vikings news that hits different. They're calling us big hitters. And I'm here for it. We've spent big, nearly $300 million in contracts per some reports. And it's all about setting up J.J. McCarthy for 2025. PFF says our roster's absolutely improved, and Rodgers' upside's a sneaky gem. But here's the hook. Can we turn this hype into wins? Or is it just off-season flexing? Analytics don't lie. Fry's 86.9 grade. Rodgers' top 40 stats. It's legit. But football's played on the field, not spreadsheets. Do you buy the A+ hype, Skull fam? Are we a playoff lock or do we need more? Let's hear it. Let's talk quarterback because it's the elephant in the room, right? J.J. McCarthy's our guy for 2025. Coming off that knee injury but ready to roll. The Vikings are all in on him. Tom Pelissero says we're telling teams he's QB1. No Aaron Rodgers rumors here. But we still need a backup, and that's where the suspense kicks in. We flirted with Daniel Jones, then pulled the offer. Now what? Alec Lewis says it's a need, and with Sam Darnold gone to Seattle for $100.5 million after a 35 TD Pro Bowl year, we're thin. Do we grab a vet like Ryan Tannehill, or trust a rookie behind JJ? It's a gamble that could define our season. Imagine this. McCarthy slinging it with time to throw, Jones and Mason pounding the rock, and our D-line eating QBs alive. That's the dream, but a backup QB bust could derail it. What's your move, Vikings fans? Vet or young blood? Drop your pick below. Draft talk, fam. Because free agency's just half the battle. We've got 4 picks in 2025. First rounder at 24. A third-round comp. A 5th and a 6th. Not a ton, right? We traded away some capital for Dallas Turner last year. But Kwesi's still got tricks up his sleeve. The Athletic says left guard's our biggest need. Should we draft there? Some mocks have us trading back from 24 to stockpile picks. Steve Palazzolo's got us swapping with the Giants for more ammo. With our roster this stacked, we can afford to hunt value or depth, maybe a corner or another lineman. But here's the twist. Do we stay put and grab a stud? Or wheel and deal? Picture a rookie guard next to Fries and Kelly, or a CB learning from Murphy and Rodgers. The draft's in Green Bay next month, April 24th to 26th, and it's our chance to polish this gem of a team. What's your draft strategy, Vikings Nation? Let's brainstorm in the comments. Upside alert. Let's zoom in on Isaiah Rodgers again. PFF says he's our signing with the most potential, and I'm obsessed. 2 years, $11 million a steal for a guy who balled out in Philly's Super Bowl run. Top 40 passer rating allowed, 12th in run D. This dude's a Swiss Army knife in our secondary. He's not just depth. He could start opposite Murphy and give us a dynamic duo to rival any in the NFC. After a 2024 where our pass D was solid but not elite, 14th in yards allowed, Rodgers adds that extra punch. But here's the suspense. Can he handle the cold Minnesota spotlight? Think about it. Rodgers chasing down Amon-Ra St. Brown while Allen and Hargrave collapse the pocket. That's Vikings football I can taste. Are you as high on this signing as I am? Fam? Tell me why or why not below. Time to compare notes. Did we get better or worse? PFF says better. And I'm nodding so hard my horns might fall off. We fixed the O-line, juiced the D-line, upgraded the run game, and added secondary pop. Losses? Sam Darnold's big, but McCarthy's the future, and we've got comp picks coming, a 3rd and 4th per some X-posts. Look at 2024. 11-6, a wild card exit, and a roster with holes. Now, we're deeper, tougher, and built for JJ to shine. The Bears got scarier, the Lions have gaps, and the Packers are wobbly at CB. Our moves feel like a power play. But here's the hook. Are we Super Bowl ready, or just playoff pretenders? I say we're better, way better. The table's set, but the proof's in the wins. What's your verdict, Vikings fans? Improved or overhyped? Let's settle this in the comments. Let's peek at the schedule. Our 2025 opponents are locked, and it's a gauntlet. We've got the NFC North slugfests, Lions, Bears, Packers, plus the AFC South, Titans, Colts, Texans, Jags, and NFC East, Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders. Toss in the Bills, Chargers, and Rams, and phew, it's a fight. Our upgrades match up sweet. Kelly and Fries versus those D-lines, Allen and Hargrave hunting QBs like Josh Allen or Dak Prescott, and Rodgers covering studs like Devonta Smith. But suspense alert. Can we handle that murderer's row with a young QB? McCarthy's debut year could be baptism by fire. Imagine this. A late-season clash with the Eagles, Rodgers versus Smith, and our O-line holding firm. Are we tough enough for this slate? Fam? Predict our record in the comments. I'm feeling 12-5 vibes. Free agency tracker time. Here's the rundown. Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers, Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones Sr., plus smaller ads like Tavier Thomas and Eric Wilson. Nearly $300 million spent, per some reports, and we're still sitting on $30 million in cap space. That's Vikings news that slaps. Every move's a puzzle piece. O-line, D-line, secondary, run game, all clicking into place. PFF's A+ grade isn't hype. It's math. Fry's 86.9. Rodgers 73.2. Allen's disruption. But here's the twist. Are we done? Or is Kwesi cooking one more surprise? Picture a late signing, a backup QB or another CB, pushing us over the top. What's the one ad you'd make, Skol fam? Let's dream big in the comments. Skol, Vikings Nation. We've covered the madness and I'm buzzing. From the O-line overhaul to the D-line terror, the Rodgers steal, and McCarthy's table being set, this free agency's a love letter to us fans. We're tougher, deeper, and ready to roll in 2025. But the story's not over. Draft's next, and the season's the real test. Are we Super Bowl contenders? I say yes, trenches win titles, and we've got M. The suspense is killing me. Can McCarthy lead this beast of a roster to glory? You've stuck with me through 15 scenes of pure Vikings fire. Now it's your turn. What's your hype level, fam? Drop it below. Here's the call. Smash that like button, comment your takes, subscribe if you haven't, and share this with every Vikings fan you know. Let's keep the Skol train rolling. See you for the draft. Fam, peace out.